Hello, it's me, Pritch, and you're listening to Pritch on the Pitch. This episode will be kind of quick because unfortunately I'm falling behind with my video, so I want to try and keep it up, but they take much longer than I thought, even with the poor quality that I produce them at. So the next couple of videos will be quick and won't have as many images, so I can get through them as quickly as possible. But this review came after the Manchester United game. This time we saw the blue side of Manchester down in London to play West Ham. All eyes were on Haaland as he started, however the new signings for Man City are on the bench. Likewise for West Ham, all of their new players started on the bench. I was interested in this game, of course, like everyone, to see Haaland, to see how good he will be. He'll either obviously smash them all in and break Premier League goal records, or he won't do so well. He'll be a little bit slower. But, oh well, I'm also inclined to see how much they'll miss Sterling, because I think he's a cracker of a player, and going for Chelsea for such a low value he did makes me wonder if West Ham have, not West Ham, whether Man City have made a mistake. But West Ham being home in the first game of the season did start playing from the beginning. They were looking to play for corners so they could clearly get their players up the pitch during these set pieces, as of course Man City will keep you pinned back. However, unfortunately with Man City, a couple of minutes later that's exactly what they were doing. I watched them keep possession for 5 minutes. I nearly fell asleep. It's no wonder they can't sell their stadium out. But you know what they do, they turn the screw slowly, they pass it from side to side and moving the pieces around to try and find some gaps, and West Ham were quite happy to sit off. Foden every now and again started to look for Haaland's head. I guess the increased height is obviously going to be more of a precedent this year for Man City, so we might see them produce more crosses. Also, Kevin De Bruyne does like his sweeping, really early crosses into the front man, and hopefully with Haaland's height and strength he might be able to produce more than, for example, some of their midfielders did last year who were playing in that false 9 position. They do eventually get through, but instead of a ball in the air, it's a quick 1-2 on the edge of the box to play Gundogan through, who then lays it back for De Bruyne to slot it away, but unfortunately Gundogan was offside. We're 33 minutes in and there's still no shots on target for either team. But then just as I wrote that down, Gundogan pokes it through to Haaland, who's taken down by the goalkeeper for a penalty. Interestingly enough though, Haaland didn't actually put the ball on the spot until the ref blew his whistle, which is a smart move from him. Obviously there is a lot of time between a penalty being given and it actually being taken, which gives opposition players enough time to try and get in the attacker's head and also to scuff up the ball or move it and interfere. The goalkeeper's also upping the striker's grill usually, but Haaland was very cool. He picked up the ball and just stood on the penalty box and ignored everyone. After that flutter of excitement, Haaland put the ball down when the whistle went and he smacked it in for Man City to be 1-0. West Ham kick off, but Man City quickly get it back and they start passing it around again for the rest of the half. They made 340 passes by like the 42nd minute. In the second half, there were no changes for either team. It wasn't until the 53rd minute where the game even resembled any sort of competition, as West Ham had their first shot from Rice, but it went over. Although West Ham were trying to get forward a little bit more, and Ederson seemed a little bit rattled from some of their actions, probably because he was a spectator for the entire game, apart from the few times where they did actually try to produce something. Scamacca came on through it for his debut, as Moyes must have fancied his chance at this point. However, De Bruyne was looking again and again for his attacking players, and you know a player of that quality will soon enough pick one out if he's given enough opportunities. This time he played a beautiful ball to Gundogan and Haaland, but neither of them could get on the end of it. Likewise, West Ham had their first shot on target. They have now made more passes in the first 15 minutes of the second half than they did in the entirety of the first half. But the man I just mentioned, De Bruyne, using a straight ball and a diagonal run, he slid it through for Haaland, who slots it away for City to get 2-0 up. At this point we all knew it was game over. once you go 2-0 down to City, there's not much chance of you coming back when they decide they're going to shift it into possession football. Unfortunately, though, Haaland wasn't given the opportunity to get his hat-trick on his debut, which I'm sure would have annoyed him. But apart from that, Alvarez came on, but unfortunately I'm not the biggest fan of tiki-taka football, so my interest did start swaying from the game, unfortunately. So that's as far as my notes went. But in hindsight, it was so professional from Man City for their first game of the season away. They controlled the game. Yeah, West Ham had a few chances, but it's not even really a few chances. It's just like a little bit of here and there, you know. They completely controlled the game, never seemed to get out of second gear, and they managed just with that little flash of quality, even if it's only for like 10 seconds in the entire 90 minutes, they have the quality to punish West Ham for it. I admire Moyes, as I say. He saw Man City being under the conch a little bit, as much as they could be, and he brought Scamacca on to try and push it, but alas, their quality is nowhere near the Man City's team, so they easily, once they got the 2-0 up, they put the game away. Professional performance from them, if not boring. Haaland will be happy to get his 2 goals in his debut. Hopefully it isn't a sign to come, but it will be interesting to see how he does in the Premier League. And unlike the Charity Shield, I think he's been having a conversation with his assistants to see how exactly they can play him through the most and get the best from him, because during the Charity Shield they didn't really click. Obviously Kevin De Bruyne was obviously not happy with the way that game went, so they've been working on it. After the penalty, I actually saw Haaland have conversations with Kevin De Bruyne, so no doubt they were on the pitch trying to work something out then. So we'll see what happens in the next game. But thank you for coming. I'm sure it was a pleasant experience for all of us. I'm sorry it's only a short one, but again, I've got to get through these videos to try and keep up to date this season. If you want, like the video, subscribe and turn alerts on for the next game. See you then. Bye.